from Magpie TV. How are you, buddy?
I'm very well, yes. Thank you very much. Premier League game, not the FA Cup. You've already put us up with that.
Yeah, well, we have. What we've got is just, this is going to be a real quick one. I think we're both having a few issues with our Wi-Fi at the moment. Yeah. So just to catch up, we're going to just have a quick thoughts on tomorrow's game, lineup, score prediction, and then I've got a couple of questions for Keg about Newcastle themselves. So thoughts on tomorrow night's game?
Not looking forward to it, to be honest. We don't really have a great record going down to the Etihad. At St James's, it's a bit of a different story. We've done okay there in the last couple of years in the league, specifically with a draw and a win in the last two meetings at St James's. But yeah, down the Etihad, it's not a great place for us. We tend to get beat quite heavily sometimes. Sometimes not too bad, but tomorrow we've got a lot of injury and fitness problems, so I'm expecting a lot of rotation. We've got some key players likely to miss out. So yeah, like with 5 games we've played in 15 days, not a very big squad, and I don't think Brucey's rotated correctly when he should have been. So yeah, we've got a lot of players out tomorrow, so we're not really looking forward to it.
You look like you're absolutely safe. You're possibly not going to get Europa League, and you're certainly not going down after your recent performances, and this could have been a game that you could throw everything at City tomorrow, but you've got a number of injuries by the sounds of it. So give me your lineup for tomorrow then.
In goal, I would go Martin Dubravka. He's our key goalkeeper. Obviously, Carl Darlow played in the Cup the other week and did okay, but Dubravka's the key player for the Premier League. Emil Kraft should be starting at right back. He's played the last couple of games. He's been a kind of player that people haven't really been a big fan of this season, but he's been playing as a wing back instead of a full back, and in the last couple of games he's done really, really well. Centre back, we've got quite a few issues. We've only got 3 that's been fit since the return, since the restart, and 2 of them are potentially injured. Jamal Lascelles has got a bad ankle, and Federico Fernandez is struggling for fitness. So Fabian Schär is probably our only fit centre back, but he had a nightmare against you last week. He's been frozen out. He can't get his place back because of Federico Fernandez's form. So my prediction is Fabian Schär alongside Jamal Lascelles, I think, is the captain and as the leader of the team. Jamal Lascelles is going to have to take one on the chin, really sort himself out, take some painkillers or something and push his way through, give Fernandez a rest. And Danny Rose should be coming back in at left back. He's been an unused sub in the last couple of games. He's had some really good form before that, but Javier Manquillo's been playing there instead, who is definitely due a rest. So yeah, I think it's time for Manquillo to drop out for a game and Danny Rose to come back. In centre mid, it'll probably be John Joe Shelvey alongside Nabil Bentaleb. Isaac Hayden and Sean Longstaff both have hamstring injuries, so they're the only 2 available really. And just in front of them in a number 10 role, I'm going to predict Matty Longstaff to start. There's been a lot of question marks around his future lately. He's playing on an extended deal until the end of the season, so his contract runs out in a couple of weeks when the season ends. He's got a contract offer on the table, but he's got one for double the price and a huge bonus to go to Serie A with Udinese. So we're not too sure if Matty Longstaff's going to be in the future of the club. He hasn't played a lot of game time in the last few weeks. I think because of that, we want him to be in the right mind frame to play. Really, we don't really want to be playing him if he thinks he's going to be eating spaghetti bolognese next week. On the right-hand side, probably a first start in the Premier League for Valentino Lazaro. He's came in on loan from Inter Milan and impressed in more attacking positions. The only time we've really seen him for a decent amount of minutes is as a full-back or a wing-back, but on the wing is where he actually is best. We've seen him finally play a decent amount of minutes against Bournemouth last week, and he scored a great goal. And moments later, cannoned another one off the bar. So you can see he's much more a better wing player in midfield than he is as a full-back. That's with Alan Saint-Maximin being out, our key man. He's expected to miss out. Not sure if he's going to make the bench even. And same to be said about Miguel Almiron, which is why Matty Longstaff's going in the number 10 role. Probably with Joe Linton out on the left and Dwight Gale up front.
Yeah, that's a bit of a different team to one that played us a week or so ago. I'm going to go for, I think Bravo will probably come in for the cup game tomorrow. I think Walker will be back. Ben Mendy will be back. And then tossing up in the defence, I think he might give Taylor Howard-Bellis his chance because he's given Garcia a number of games. So maybe Taylor Howard-Bellis, a brilliant young kid, absolutely superb. Will it be Laporte and Otamendi with him? I'm not too sure. It'll be one or the other. I think Rodri will be back in the holding role. We saw Fernandinho play that the other night against Southampton. Wasn't great, but I do think the big guns will be back. I think KDB will be starting ahead with Foden. And I've got a feeling Bernardo will be on the right. Jesus will keep his place. I think Pep's sort of sticking up for him, even though he's not been great in front of net. And Raheem Sterling, whose recovery from games is just phenomenal. I mean, he can play a game every single day. He's amazing.
A lot of energy.
He has. But like I say, it could be anything tomorrow with Pep Guardiola. We might even see on the bench, we might even see the young kid who could replace Sane in the future. That's a young lad called Jaden Braff. Very exciting. And I know a lot of City fans are really excited that they don't want actually somebody to be bought for Sane's replacement. They want Braff to come through. But he's only a kid. He's a baby. But very exciting. Very quickly, if you can give a score prediction.
Oh, don't really want to think about this with the injuries and the rotation we've got. As I say, the Etihad hasn't been kind to us over years, so I feel like we might just need to get this one out of the way, concentrate on the coming games where we're likely to get points against Watford and Brighton coming up. So, yeah, we just need to get this one out of the way as soon as possible, like a Band-Aid, rip it off. Probably a comfortable win for Man City, I would say. I don't really want to say exactly how many goals you'll score, but yeah, I'm not looking forward to this game. I think if we get a point, it'll be amazing. If you offer me a 1-0, a 1-1 or a 0-0 right now, I'd be over the moon to take that off you. So yeah, I think it'll be quite a heavy victory for Man City, unfortunately.
Right. Very quickly, last couple of points for you. My questions to you are about the takeover, and is there any news on that? And also about Steve Bruce. He's you're 12th, you're on 43 points, so you're comfortably safe as it is. And your last 5 games have been a win, a draw, a win, and a draw. You haven't lost one in 5. I mean, that's when I spoke to Matt. I said maybe they'll keep him to the end of the season, and when the owners come in, they'll get a Pochettino or something. Does he deserve to stay?
I think it's a long ask, especially with a potential future, with new owners potentially coming in. I think they will be looking for a more stable future, probably the likes of a Pochettino or someone on that level, somebody who can compete on a European level. Bruce has done an okay job. He's surpassed expectations. I think Newcastle fans are finally warming to him. I think it's his character. I think he's been playing okay, and he seems like a nice bloke. We were told that before he came in. Like he's a nice guy, so you don't really want to say anything too bad about him. But how long will he be at the top level? Like, we plucked him out from the midst of the Championship, like with a huge budget from Saudi Arabian owners. Will he get the best out of players? Will he be able to turn us into potentially like a new Manchester City? It's unlikely, but I think he deserves to be on the shortlist. I think he deserves an interview, to be fair. If he does get kept on, we'll understand. But realistically, if we actually want to start competing in the top 8 of the league, I don't think Bruce has a long or successful future ahead of him at Newcastle.
What about the takeover? Any news on that? Seems to be dragging on.
It does. Like, we've been waiting for 3-4 months, particularly during lockdown. It's felt like 3-4 years. Like, every day we're checking our phones, looking at journalist information online every day trying to find something, but nobody knows. Like at the Magpie channel, we have a close connection with Sky Sports News Northeast correspondent, and we seen him out on Saturday, and we were trying to probe him, ask him questions. Do you know anything? What's the latest? And he just held his hands up. It's like, I don't know. Nobody knows. Whatever's happening behind the scenes, they're holding it very close to their chest. I think it's very much in the Premier League's hands. I think everybody's confident that it's going to get done. I don't think it's a question now that is it going to get done. I think it definitely is. I think it's 90% likely to be done. But in terms of a time frame, nobody knows. Like, we wish it was sooner rather than later because the season's almost over. We've got a summer to look into and plans for next season to build on. But it could be any time. Like, we have absolutely no clue. I was going to ask, actually, when you were talking about your lineup, I know Aguero's had surgery on his knee and Gabriel Jesus hasn't been scoring much. Do you have anyone else as a number 9 who could actually fill in that spot?
No. Simple fact.
I didn't think so.
Not as a striker. We had a couple of kids that flitted in and out of the team over the last 2 years, young academy kids, but we haven't got an out-and-out direct replacement for Sergio and Gabby. We have done, and we've seen Pep do it on numerous occasions, play with that false 9 with Sterling in behind there and rotation, and that works perfectly fine. I've got no problems with that. Is it the way we want to move forward? No, we need a proper striker. Sergio, we're hoping with the knee surgery, it's not too bad. It looks like he potentially will be back for the Champions League. Gabby, brilliant kid, absolutely brilliant. Works his absolute socks off. But he's just not been great in front of goal, even though his stats still stack up. You know, people who like stats would look at it and go, well, hold on a minute, he scored X amount of games. How can you moan about that? It doesn't tell the bigger story. But he's brilliant for working hard for the team. But like I've always said, you can't get the Brazil number 9 shirt as a centre forward. He plays on the left wing, and I think that's probably his better position at City. But with Aguero out, we've got no choice. So I know a lot of City fans, when we do like the Friday night socials and things like that, say we definitely, not only do we need a centre back or 2 and a left back, we need a striker as well. So. Sergio's not got much longer left at the club. Absolute legend, and almost impossible to replace. It just isn't. And sometimes we're a little bit unfair with Gabby because, you know, he's 22, I think he is 23. And you sort of put him in the realms of a Sergio Aguero, and there's no comparison. There's not many players in world football that can, you know, score the goals that he scored at the rate that he does, in the, you know, goals per minute ratio that he does. I mean, it's unfair to even compare him. But no, we don't have. My long answer to the short question is no. There's nobody through the academy at the moment who's an out and out striker that we can bring in. No. Okay, well, listen, Keg, I want to say a massive thank you for coming on. I know we had a bit of technical issues, and we've now switched to our phones to get this done. But good luck tomorrow. Shame
we need it.
Shame there's no fans there. I mean, it's just garbage.
No, it would have been a good
on
game.
the TV. Yeah, but listen, take care. If people want to go and follow you, can you just give a shout out to your sort of like Twitter handles and your channel?
Yeah, we're the Magpie channel on YouTube, Newcastle fan channel. You can follow us at Instagram. We've just hit 14,000 followers on Instagram, just at the Magpie channel. And on Twitter, we are at Magpie channel _. Brilliant.
Well, listen, we'll catch up at some point. I know I did say to Matt the other week, I said, I'll probably be in touch straight after the game. And he went, don't bother if you batter us. So I don't think he would have answered my messages anyway. But anyway, you take care, buddy. It's great to catch up with you again.
Yeah, you too, mate. Good to see you. Take care.
All right. This is Andy from Man City Fan TV. This is Keg from the Magpie channel. And don't forget, subscribe, hit that bell icon. Give us your comments below. What's your lineup? And if you're a Newcastle fan watching this, give us your comments below. But take care. Good luck tomorrow. I just hope that takeover comes through for you. I really do. But we'll see you soon.
Me too. Thanks very much, Alan.